There was a time when Pakistan's anti-India activities used to find support from the Arab world. Pakistan claimed that it was fighting a religious battle with India and kept using Kashmir as a tool to emotionally blackmail the UAE and Saudi Arabia. But the UAE has itself come a long way and has shed extreme religiosity in its international affairs. The UAE has, in fact, teamed up with India to take on Pakistan. Hi and welcome. You're watching TFI English, the national and socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Tribhuvan, and in this video, I will tell you how India and UAE team up to take on Pakistan. Let's begin. Recently, there was a drone terror attack at the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, also known as ADNOC, in the UAE. 3 people, 2 Indian nationals and a Pakistani national were killed in the attack. Armed drones are becoming popular across the world, and this single sector is evolving the triangular relationship between India, the UAE and Pakistan. India and UAE are now teaming up, whereas Pakistan is getting marginalized. Armed drones have been making news ever since the 2020 Azerbaijan-Armenia conflict that showed the deadly capabilities of the unmanned platforms for the first time. The Indian tech industry has made a global impression in the armed drone sector too. According to the print, the Defense and Security Establishment said that 90% of the composite structure, those are fuselage, wing, tail of armed drones and loitering munition, also known as kamikaze drones, are now being made at a manufacturing plant of Loia Aerospace Systems located in Kanpur. India is thus making world-class equipment for armed drones. Meanwhile, Pakistan is also doing its bit. It is doing what it does best: promote cross-border terrorism. As per news reports, Indian intelligence agencies have found that Pakistan is purchasing Chinese drones and wants to use them for smuggling arms and drugs into India. Also, Pakistan's external spy agency ISI wants to equip terror groups like Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed. Intelligence agencies suspect that Pakistan could be planning to carry out drone attacks in India on the lines of one carried out in the UAE. The UAE has realized that India and Pakistan have starkly different priorities, and no points for guessing which country Abu Dhabi has chosen to cooperate with: India. India and the UAE are looking to cooperate on the issue of terrorism. Foreign Minister of the UAE, Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, called up his Indian counterpart S. Jaishankar on Tuesday to express condolences over the loss of Indian lives in the drone terror attack. A Ministry of External Affairs statement read, "On his part, Jaishankar condemned the terror attack in the strongest terms. He emphasized that in this day and age, such an attack on innocent civilians was completely unacceptable and against all civilized norms." The External Affairs Minister appreciated the immediate assistance provided by UAE authorities to the embassy in responding to this tragic situation. The MEA statement also conveyed, EAM conveyed India's strong solidarity with UAE in the face of such an attack. Given its principled position against terrorism, India will stand with UAE in international forums on this issue. In fact, the UAE too finds it appropriate to cooperate with India. There was a time when Pakistan used to get support in its nefarious Kashmir agenda from the Arab world. In the past few months, the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and the UAE have signed memorandums of understandings for building strong business relations. The UAE is helping India develop Jammu and Kashmir with industrial parks, super specialty hospitals and other infrastructure projects in the Union Territory. UAE is helping India keep the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir away from the scourge of Pakistan-sponsored terrorism. So, the triangular relationship between India, Pakistan and UAE has evolved in such a way that allows Abu Dhabi to identify New Delhi as a principal power looking to combat terrorism. Islamabad, on the other hand, has emerged as a major enabler and supporter of terrorist activity. This is why the UAE is teaming up with India and marginalizing Pakistan. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to TFI English. Also hit the bell icon to receive all the recent updates. This is Tribhuvan signing off until the next one.